Hello everyone, how are you? So this is me Bhuvan and welcome to today's video. Today I'll be showing you how to install Windows Server on Mac Silicon computer. So if we wait to try and install Windows Server on any of the Mac Silicon with VMware Fusion, the error we are gonna get is the virtual machine cannot be powered because it requires 86 uh, bit machine architecture, so which is not available at the moment because the Windows servers that was on 86 bit was 2008, so they don't make it anymore, which means there is no way we can install Windows Server using VMware. So I went to the internet and I found a couple of different options, and one of the easiest option that we can actually install Windows Server 2016 on Mac is through AWS virtual machine. It's free of cost. So if you were to sign up with AWS on a free account, you won't be charged. You can actually use Windows Server on your Mac with silicon chip. So let's get started. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to create a free account with AWS. I bet everyone can do that, so it's not a big deal. And also we need to install other app from the App Store named Remote Microsoft Remote Desktop. It's a free app, and this is the tool that helps us run that virtual machine onto our computer. So let's also download that and let's also create AWS account. Until then, you can pause this video, and after you are done with creating an AWS account, come back right in and we can get started. So this is the console window, or this is the first window that you will get after after registering for AWS, right? So yeah, a few options in here. So on your end or on your dashboard, you'll have an option for something like this, like it says in here, launch a virtual machine. So what we're actually doing is creating a virtual machine on AWS, which is Windows Server, any version, and we're just going to use that in here on a computer or a Mac. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on this, and it gives us an option to configure this Windows server. So I'm just going to write the name of this Windows server as BGSERVER, right? So, and now I'm going to select uh, uh, Windows server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Windows or Microsoft, and it automatically selects me for Windows Server 2022 base, right? And also another thing to notice in here is free. So this is available for free account. So you don't have to pay anything for this, right? So it's already selected. Instant type, we are not going to touch anything in there. And this is key pair is for the passcode for this virtual machine to run on your Mac. So if you haven't created one, you can just click on create a new pair, and that's going to download that file to your Mac, and later on you have to upload that in here. So I already have done that, so I'll just select that from the list. So if you are doing it for the first time, you have to create a new one. All right. So I'm not going to touch anything in here. I'm not going to touch anything in here. I'm not going to touch anything in here. And now I'm just going to click on launch instance on this side, right? So this is going to take few minutes, right? So it says success. I just click on that and I'm getting this. So it's still pending. So the name of our server was busy server. It's still pending. I'll just wait for that to go green, or I'll just wait for that for this button to go not gray. I don't know what to say for that. Until then, I'll just reload that. And if you're getting stuck with this, just pause the video and you can go back. And if you have any questions, just write that on a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, right? So we'll be done in a minute. Almost there. Almost there. We're just waiting for this connect button to appear so that we can continue with this, all right? Uh, oh yeah, sorry. What I did was it didn't give me an option to connect from here, so I just clicked on instance ID and now I'm clicking on connect in here. So what I'm trying to do is I already created a Windows server in AWS as a virtual machine. So now I'm trying to connect to this virtual machine here, right? So I'm just gonna click on connect and I'll go to RDB client. That will be the easiest option. So I'm just gonna create it, connect using RDP client. So I'm just gonna first download this desktop file. So I'm just gonna download that. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, there is no passcode in here. I'm gonna click on get password. So this is the part where we need to upload a private key we just created earlier and download it onto our computer. So what that's gonna do is we just need to put that in. I'm just gonna open that, and now I'm gonna decrypt the password. So what this did is it decrypted my password. Now I'm just gonna copy by clicking this. Try not to copy by selecting it because it's gonna also copy the space and will not be able to verify. So I'm just gonna click and copy and I'm gonna open the file that I just downloaded. What this does is it actually opens from the Microsoft Remote Desktop we downloaded earlier. So I'm just gonna click on that and now I'm gonna paste the passcode I copied earlier. So I'm just gonna paste that in here. I'm gonna click on continue and I'll go continue. Now what it has done is it's now connecting to the virtual machine that I created on AWS to my Mac. So this is the first time we are doing it, so it's gonna take some time, right? So let's just wait for a minute or so. It's blank for now. And again, because this is not saved to your computer, so you might need to do that again. So the way of doing it again is I'll show you again. So this is Windows Server already in here. Just to make it look like a Windows Server, I'm just gonna do a few things that's supposed to be on Windows Server. Give me a moment. So Server Manager is something that we'll be looking for on Windows Server. So just a moment. Uh, Yeah, that's it, right? So this is the server manager. So you can do all your things from here. Now, let's say I close this, or let's say I close this. And let's say if you want to do this again. So what we do is, so again, this is your AWS main window or the dashboard. What you do is you again go to EC2 and here you can see instances, three instances that I have running at the moment. And so whichever is the Windows server you created. So for me, this is the one that I just created. So I just again click on that and do the same thing. I click on connect and RDP client. I download the file, I decrypt the password and use that. All right. So that's all how we do or how we use Windows Server on a Mac Silicon. And this is the best idea that I have found on the market. So if you have any other suggestion, or if you need any help, or if you have any question, just drop that on the comment. I'll get back to you. All right. Until next time, see you. Bye.